Hello, everybody. Can you hear? I don't know. Can you hear me? Hello? Rosa coisa together? Hello? Huh? Hello? So, I hope you can hear me. I don't know if it's working. Is it working, huh? Huh? I don't know. Okay. So, guys, hello. Hello, everybody. And welcome. Rosa investigator. All right. So many questions, huh? As usual. But I look at my necklace. It's so, like, funny. It's kind of fun. Costumey, it's kind of fun. So, here we are, another day. The beautiful time president, huh? I have president for president. He make me happy every day. Yeah. Oh. Uh-huh. So, so guys, okay. So let me just get to the questions, okay? I don't wanna. And it's been weird, I've had some weird days, Okay, I don't know what to say. I was like, I posted something on YouTube, but then I deleted it because I was annoyed at people. I don't know. It's funny. I feel like I wonder if there's some sort of like feeling something in the air. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I feel it. So, and the other thing, guys, I wrote this thing. I had this reading with someone. I made a little newsletter about it, and sometimes I regret. I post things and I'm like, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Okay. And what am I doing? That's crazy. The thing, it's like crazy. I was like, I'll never get a job if people figure out like, what I do, like what I am or whatever. If I want to have like a normal life, they always think I'm crazy and they always have to make fun of me. But like, but then I'm like, no, it's real. It feels real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what I mean. I was just saying that on the one hand, the week has been, on the one hand, I feel this reality of the shift. I really feel it. On the other hand, it's very so woo, you know what I mean? And so that's that. And then I at the same time, I know that we're going through this, but I don't think it's forever. Okay, we have to remember. We have to remember it, right? So it's just strange how it is, the intensity of how we, what we're living through. And like I was saying, guys, lately I have not been really paying attention to news as they happen. I don't listen to news anymore because it's not just upsetting. It's just like they have this like there's this energy that like really wants to take us to the other, like lower the energy levels. I'm like, I have visions. I have visions. Oh, forget about it, forget about it, right? It's just like they really want. And I was thinking, guys, about this whole thing with the abortion. It really feels as though, like I've seen before, and I don't even remember anymore if it's visions or the newsletter, whatever. This whole effort to really distract us and get us angry, because obviously it's very upsetting, but they had to do it so that we could do. It's almost like they want to do anything they can to talk about to kind of like, no, look this, look that way, look that direction, do this and do that. It's not just that they want to take down Roe versus Wade, is that they want to focus on something else, I think. And as I had done the reading about this, the whole thing with the abortion, that said very clearly that the reason why they thought they were going to do it later, but because they think there's a chance that Trump may not be elected, they're doing it now because, and I'm thinking, they want to polarize it. Why? Because then they want to. It's sort of like, it's like a dog. If you have like the meat in front of the dog, it's like, oh, let's go after it. So it's the same thing. It's like, oh, kind of like throw the ball at us. Like, look that way, while they do something else. Okay. So that's my feeling. It's kind of like they're really throwing the ball to the wall, whatever it is. Okay, because they want. That's what I was saying, guys. After I did the vision, and I like to thank the person who let me post, the video about basically her father. There was a newsletter, but it was very intense because it showed that really that those people are holding on so hard because they don't want they don't want progress. They don't want progress. They want to believe that's why it seems so crazy what they're doing. They're like, wait, what are you talking about? It's because they will do anything to stop progress. But nobody can stop progress. That's just a fact. Okay. So okay, all right. So now after I had a little event, I had conversations. So, okay, let's get started. Now, guys, so I didn't do a reading yesterday, but yesterday the big news was the Michael Flynn thing. Okay, so you could see here, I posted the article, link to the article in the Washington Post. So, guys, you know what I was thinking? It's so strange. I wrote there several parts of that question, because if you think about Michael Flynn, that's when everything started as far as the investigation is concerned. And so, and I was like, oh my God. And then I don't follow obviously all of Trump's tweets, but supposedly he was already like, I didn't know that he was under investigation. President, I was like, no, Michael, who? Who? I don't know. Michael Flynn? I didn't know him. Forget about it. So he was already trying to distance himself from Flynn, which I think is really, I think Flynn is key. Is key. And can you imagine, guys? Is key. And what? What are you talking about? Oh, Michael Flynn? No. I don't know who. I had no idea. Lock him up. Lock him up. Remember, guys, I never forgot him, Michael Flynn, on the lock her up. Lock her up. Like you said. So anyway, so that's the thing, guys. You know, he is key to everything. But and one thing that the article said, I don't remember if it was Twitter or the article, it said for the first time we're going to listen to what they're like when they talk to the Russians. Have a conversation with the Russian ambassador. Yeah, conversations. They are constantly on the phone with these Russians, so I have no idea what it sounds like, but let's see what they'll have when they have a conversation. Very interesting conversation. So, so, so you know what I'm saying? So I feel, guys, you know, this is good. This is very good stuff, because what I think, what I sense, you know, really before I even do the reading, that they're trying to do here, whoever is leaking these things or giving this information, that was, in this case was the judge, that he wanted us to know. It's kind of like they're telling us, hello, this is not going to work. We have this information. We're going to make it public until they can't deny. It's like, and you realize, guys, the theater of Barr is really terrible. And he's always is a stupid theater. Like, oh, nothing happened. Oh, nothing happened. Oh. Right? Because the amount of guilt that is oozing out of every pore of Trump, they try, I mean, how much more can you, you know, how much crap can you talk about all the time? So that's what I feel like, to create an level of embarrassment where it's like, okay, maybe denying it, but let's look at the truth, okay? So, okay, so, okay, so let's go to the questions. Okay, so like I'm gonna ask this. Okay, then okay, so what is behind this, and then what is going to happen next about the situation? This is the first time we're going to get a glimpse. Okay, who has Flynn ratted out, and how will these people go down? Okay, and then Trump. I mean, the other big question. I think a long time I did a reading on this, but why is Trump wanting to? We know why he wants to distance himself. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is, what is it about Flynn that he wants to like? Why is he such a key person? I think we know. I know it, but it'll be interesting to see. He's clear. Trump is clearly afraid of whatever it is that Flynn has, and he was always so deferential of Flynn. Why? Okay, so, and to be honest, guys, you know, I'm sorry, maybe let me know if I don't know this. I haven't read this far, but I don't exactly know why the judge wanted to make it public. I think it's the same judge who said that he had committed treason, right? So I like to know. This is interesting. I just don't know why. I don't know why, but um, it's just interesting that this is that, like, the first person that we see here that decided to, like, yeah, the bitches are not doing the job. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, yeah. So what? Right? Because I'm sure some people are upset about things. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So, oh my God. Okay. So, okay, guys. One other thing I didn't. You know what? One question I forgot. There's so many questions that I'm remembering. Let me write it down. Actually, is the thing about Florida. This is a very important thing, guys. The information about Florida. You know, it's coming out slowly, but this is huge. If there's evidence that they're right, it's coming out. And what happened with the NDA of the Florida? I meant to ask this question another day. Let me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to. What are down here? line of the post. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go back here. Sorry. Because it's a big deal. You know what I'm thinking? Because guys, if they can prove that the election was met, right? We know that it was meddled with, but if they can prove it, it can at least bring it up. That would be, this election is not okay. So Florida counties, they have the names. They think Florida counties. Sorry, making those clear. Okay, so all right, so all right, so okay, so let me go start till here. Okay. Protect from veel light, protect me about here group, and then I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources for the good and the question. Okay, so so um so that's that. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, so Michael Flynn's phone call with the Russian ambassador is going to be posted. What is happening here? And what is behind this thing, and what's going to happen once this is posted? What's going on with Trump? Why is he trying to distance himself from Flynn? So guys, okay, so just want to say something here for our friend Optic. So okay, so Optic, oh, friend, don't worry. Okay, so Optic, can I tell you the story of her? What I know, a conversation was what happened. Are your ribs okay? Optic. So Optic had broken her wrist. Is it okay if I tell a story? So we send the good vibes for her? Okay. So before, I just want to say this comment here about my friend Optic. So I don't know. I don't know. So she Optic, I had a little call with her, and she had broken her wrist. Okay, and then she said, my ribs are hurting, and I can't sleep. And I was like, "You gonna get your ass down to the hospital right now?" Oh yeah, gonna get the motherfucking hospital. Because I was like, what? So she hadn't checked her ribs. Can you imagine? So thankfully nothing happened, right? It was minor, relatively minor, but I was like, I was so worried. I was like, well, girl, get yourself to the hospital. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I was like, monitor. No, I was monitor. I need to talk. To say hello to Uptick again because it was serious. Serious. I was worried that something had happened to her. I was like, oh my god, what if? Uh, so anyway, change the subject. Now that I just want to say, tell the story of Uptick. I hope you're okay. You're feeling better, Uptick, right? Because I had seen, I was like, what is this thing behind your stomach hurting, like in the back? It's like, oh, it's the rib. Because she had said, and I was like, oh. Just kind of there's something going on over there, huh? She's like, I didn't go. I said they're gonna go, girl. Gonna go now to the hospital. So I was like a mother, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I think it would turned out well. I hope. Yeah. So anyway, now guys, going back because I sorry I kept seeing it and I wanted to say this thing about uptake before, and now that I have said it, uh, uh, okay. So now that I said it, I am going to say what I see about ambassador. Yeah. So anyway, so so guys, can I tell the first image is people laughing? Literally the first image is like ah. So it's this man in military uniform. They're laughing. And I think, guys, I swear, the people on the other side, the military peoples, they're like, "How, bitch? What's coming?" So they're first laugh because they're laughing because the thing's gonna be posted, and it's gonna be, guys, for the first time, like I said, no collusion, no collusion. What collusion? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Huh? No. So it's obvious because yes, ambassador, don't worry. He's the way he talks to the Russian ambassador is very like, oh, don't worry about it, whatever. So then because everybody's laughing so hard on the other side, but all military men, okay, all the military men. So they're kind of generals on the other side, and so they're laughing it off, bitch. So then Trump is like, no, he does not want to go. He doesn't want. Well, guys, I believe it's going to be out there. I believe they're going to try. Right? I don't know if they can stop it from being posted. I think they are. I think they are. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so posted that. Okay, and so they posted the thing, and guys, Trump was like this, like hiding, and so there are several things here that were indicated. First, is that there is the thing about do you remember this tape of the inauguration? The inauguration, there was this conversation of Michael Flynn and another person about the deal that they were making. Okay, I think it's the nuclear. Remember this story of how they were going to help? I think it's this. I don't remember what Turkey saw. I don't remember. It was all about this money. A, okay, and then B, that the Michael Flynn knows all about the connection from the beginning. He's been there with the negotiations and giving everything that they wanted. Kind of. I think Trump. It shows you Trump gave him a lot of power to even negotiate the things. How to get things done. Because Trump is not really interested in anything related to details. And Michael Flynn, he was one person who had a lot of knowledge of details. So then I see the other thing I see, guys, is this. What is it called? Rocket like there's the rocket there's like it's not a missile. Is that a missile? It was like this thing that looked like a rocket to me, but it could be. It's like this thing, when there's a fire. When What do you call it? I think that happens to missiles too. It's like if you eject push it, and then there's like this fire at the end of it and it flies. It looks like it's a projectile of some sort. Okay. um and that's, I think you could are it's the arms sale. Okay, and money, it's like the money thing and the arms sale. Yes, missiles. Is that right? It sounds hard to believe that. Okay, so what is this thing that I see? What is this story? Yeah, and then I was like, oh, is this space cut? What is it, space race or whatever you call it? You know what I'm talking about? I think they were gonna be exchanging, or is it arms sales and money, and yeah, saying it's the arms sale treaty. Arms sale treaty. What is the arms sale treaty? Is this the Iran deal? I don't know, guys. Iran sale. It's like a lot of, yeah. There's something here where there's a lot of conversation. It's not just because, guys, we don't even know. Okay, we don't even know about the stuff, the half of the stuff, because it's saying that Michael Flynn was not just giving. He's like giving the intelligence to them in a way, or organizing for like how they're going to quote unquote take over the world or take over from Obama or whatever. Okay. Um, and so, but it's like there's these the guys arms deals. Okay, I believe seriously that was one of the things they were going to get a lot of money out of it. It's his arms deals. And then the other thing it shows is that it's really there. He was involved in a lot of the things, guys, other than Jared. And okay, he knew a lot about the technicalities, because I think Trump talks a lot, but he doesn't know. The Russians could go to Flynn and say, "I want this" or "I want that." Trump would not know what they're talking about. Okay, so he just doesn't get basic things. So okay, so then okay, so yeah, guys, I feel like this is the whole thing for them, and I feel like Michael Flynn, he didn't care about Obama, but he also wanted a lot. There was a lot of money here, okay, and I think his whole, I've said before, his whole thing was getting like vindication from Obama, but I think it's also this whole a lot of money about the arms deal, okay, and he was trying to sell it to the military as well, kind of like making it passable. But basically, guys, it's like it tells everything, okay? And it's telling me here there's something about the way he was talking to the ambassador that alludes to money, okay? Even though that's not, we know that they had these conversations about what to do about this was like when the Obama kicked out the Russians. He had a conversation like, don't worry about, don't do anything, we're gonna undo it, we're gonna undo. Oh, this is right, that's it, guys, that's it, right, that's it. The what is it called, the sanctions, it's like turning everything around, and don't worry, we're gonna get rid of it, we're gonna change the platform, that's right. But I do think that there's an allusion to money here, okay, this deal that we talked about, there's something about this conversation that makes it clear that there was it's a quid pro quo. This is an obvious quid pro quo. This is it. Okay. So this is it. And because the thing, Trump is like this. He doesn't want to. He wants to hide. Why? Because, as you guys know, the whole thing with Trump is theater, and he's pretending. So whenever something real appears, can you imagine something like a recording of a voice? It's very powerful because it's real. You can't deny it, right? And especially coming from the judge, it's not somebody that you read on a newspaper, even it's from the judge. So it's very damaging. Is it going to come out? Yeah, it's going to come out. He's not going to be able to stop. He's just like trying to hide. And there's so, guys, unfortunately, there's just, and this is like and the people on the other side over there, they're like, it's not even half the story, it's not even half the story, ha ha ha. So so guys, the army, do they have this like it's funny. I see these men with these uniforms. They were like brown color. I think there was an old fashioned or a different decade or something. I don't know if they were ever wearing brown uniforms. Not that I remember. Kind of like, I don't know if it's army or like casual outfits or something. But there's one guy. What is this guy? Looks familiar to me. I don't know who he is. But anyway, so there's several people there, like high ranking generals and stuff like that, who passed away, and they're like, bitch. And the way they were looking at Flynn, this is what I also want to say. The way they're looking at Flynn, even though he's done bad things, Flynn is looking at them, looking back at them. Oh, maybe army, and maybe it's like this outfit. There's like, I don't know. I don't associate with brown, but it's like, so it's like, the way that he's looking at them makes me understand that in the end he did the right thing. Okay, I don't know. It's hard to believe because he's done so many bad things, but ultimately at the end of the day, he decided to do the right thing and tell everything he knew because he was like his allegiance to the army, or like, or something where, how do I say it? Not the army, the military. That's right. The military code of conduct. He kind of came. I think it was a combination of him coming to his senses and the FBI interrogators being very smart, being like, "Are you sure you want to betray your country?" Really, they were like, "Look, are you sure this is your opportunity to clean up your, right, your reputation? So what are you going to do?" So this is it, and I feel like guys, the deals. It's not just that he talked. That's right, he was the man of the deals, Anything with guys, it's also telling me this is very interesting that the whole thing with Trump, as you guys know, it's all international, but it's all about the military deals. There's all these arm deals. Okay, arms. That's right, arms. There's something about it where this big resource of income for them is these deals related to military things. Okay, so interesting informations. Interesting informations. So okay, so how? Okay, now more questions here. Okay, so what is Trump? Okay, what's gonna happen? Okay, so tell me the day when it comes out. Everybody's gonna be listening. That's all they're gonna talk about, played over and over again. Trump's like, no, 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 no. He's like, no, 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 I'm not here. I don't want to hear. No, no, no. He's pretending he's not there. But why? What happens after? What about Barr? How's Barr taking it? He's like, we're gonna deny it. We're going to say we had nothing to do with it. Barr is playing the role of a defense attorney, okay, for Trump. But the way when he listens to it, he knows. And guys, I think it's actually true that he didn't look at the evidence. He didn't care. He made up his mind he was going to support Trump. But it's like he listens to it. It's like, oh, it's like water. What is it called? Watergate, 100 times worse. Okay, so let's see anything else. So okay, what about Nunes? That's right. Now the other question, then I'll move on to the next question. So who has um because there was this woman, Natasha Bertrand, she's a journalist, and she had retweeted this thing that she had done before. She said this has been retweeted a lot. And it was a tweet saying Devin Nunes said that he talks to Michael Flynn every day. He's been talking to him every day. He talks to him every day. So I wonder why, huh? What's gonna happen to moo moo? Devin Nunes. So okay. So tell me if you could tell me who. Jared. He's like Jared goes down. Jared, because guys, the Jared is all about getting the cut from the arms deal, right? So Jared goes down. And I see him talking to Devin Nunes about money, how much money they're going to make, and what they're going to be paid. And the way they talk about it, guys, is that they hate, the Democrats or whatever because they don't let us take the money. They want to take as much money as they can, but they're like, "Why? Look at the lobbyists. There's so many lobbyists. So it's so unfair. It's so unfair." Okay. Yeah. They know about their guys. Oh my God. And I see. Oh, interesting. Guys, those coming to me and this is. Do you guys know? It's telling me Devin Nunes was he the treasurer of the Trump camp? Wasn't he treasurer of the Trump transition or something? I think he was. He had a role in the Trump transition team. I think he did. And for some reason, I feel like I've seen this a long time ago too, that he's sort of like the person who manages the money flow or something. Like he's an expert in money laundering. Yeah. It's like you to put the money to Devin Nunes, and then he does what is it? Devin Nunes, transition team. Yeah, there he is. Transition team. Oh, oh. So, oh my God. Yeah, so it's saying, okay, so what role did he have? Okay. No, it's okay. 1 second, because it's not for my cross here. What was the role? Okay. Okay. So my God, what was the role he had? Okay. Okay, it doesn't tell me. It was not telling me. Okay, so yeah, it's just saying that he is advising on the appointment of specific people. Okay. So cabinet members. Okay, so this is it, guys. I don't okay, so it's yeah, so anyway, so I just feel like he's just there's a conversation of these deals, okay? These deals that they're gonna all make, they're gonna make a lot of money. That's how they were thinking about this. And they're gonna reshape the country. They're gonna get rid of the people that don't let them do what they want. Because guys, what's telling me is very sad here is that the way they think, how libertarians think, they say, stop regulations. Stop regulation. Why regulation? Need no regulation. Limit to business. Business people don't need regulation. They always talk about this. And what is so showing is that what they're doing is essentially the extension of this libertarian thinking, okay? So what that really means is basically they want to commit crimes and they don't want to go to jail for it. Okay, so that's difficult problem for him. It's a problem for him. Oh. But why was he? What was it about the Russians that Devin Nunes liked so much? I mean, I don't get it. And that these people are so willing to throw under the bus. Why? Why? Power. It's just saying power. They want power. And they know this is the thing. Oh, that's right. They want power. They know they would not get it otherwise. They know that if the voting, well, if and when the voting system is cleaned up, they're not going to win. Never going to win because they don't have the majority, and they don't want to follow the laws. Okay, okay. So this is it, guys. And so what they're saying here is that they got used to it. I see the Coke money here too. Yeah, they see the Coke. So basically, people like Devin Nunes got used to being friend doing whatever the Cokes wanted, and those people with money. So it became a thing where they lost a sense of reality. They're like, oh, somebody offered me 500,000, somebody else gave me 300,000. So it's like whoever pays the most. Okay, so this is it. It's about money, really. Okay, so oh, good for the channel. Moo, moo, moo. Oh. So this is it. It's just crime. Yeah. So this is it's not in the Twitter say that you think too hard. Don't know for them it's not very simple. It's not that complicated. The difference between you and him was they don't think too much. They say cash yes, no cash no. That's it. So this is it. Okay. So yeah. And the thing is, this is the thing I was just saying. The thing about corruption is once you're in, you can never come out. And this is why they know that what they're doing is wrong. So the problem is their whole lives they have to support it. Because if they don't, they go to jail. Period. Okay? So interesting for my house. Huh? Oh. Oh, is it true? Huh? Uh-huh. Oh. So okay, so now let's go back. Sorry guys, I got distracted here for my house. So okay, so yeah, he knows all about the deal. They're like, yeah, everybody's gonna get a cut. They got a cut. They have a bank account. And Flynn is telling who I think Mueller, I guess, okay, all about the bank accounts, who had the bank accounts, how the payments were organized. So that's why Newman's is very involved in money laundering. It's why, guys, I said before, I think that that's what I'm remembering. The earlier readings I did about him, that there is some connection to money laundering, like very serious. Okay, so okay. Now, oh my God, guys. Okay, so that does that answer the question? Does that answer the question? I'm trying to think if there's anything else they want to know about it. I hope. Yeah, are we gonna get? Are we gonna? Yeah, soon, right? They're gonna post it soon. They're saying even next week. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Right? I don't know. They're gonna do. Trump administration is trying to stop everything, but they can't. The dam is breaking. I have this image of the dam breaking. They can't. There's so much they want to prevent from coming out. They can't. There's too much. Too much. Okay. So, all right. So next. Okay. Well, let me just quickly here, guys. Florida counties where Russians penetrated voter databases. What did the FBI tell the government? The governor, I'm sorry. And did he really sign an NDA? Because the governor said, I don't know anything, or I can't say what it is because I signed an NDA. So what's the deal with the Florida thing? He was confronted. They gave him the spreadsheet. They came out with a spreadsheet. They said that we have the metadata. We know when. We know what time. We know where it came from. We were watching. Now you can't say anything. You're under investigation as well. We have this information of you talking to them, exchanging information with someone. Okay, guys, I feel like the thing in Florida, there's people there obviously involved, Americans, okay, who will let them or welcome them, okay, and so there's just evidence, okay. So what? Okay, so this is a question. This okay? Does this information mean that the election was stolen? I mean, Kundi, what does it say? Okay, what does it say? What does this prove, if anything? Okay, proves that the Russians, guys, it's kind of like a rotten fruit. Okay, giving me this image of a rotten fruit. Okay, so rotten fruit. So basically, it's like, think about it, guys. If it's what is the image of rotten fruit? So what does this mean? In little holes with the worms going in? If I see these worms inside of the peach, okay? Peach, Georgia, huh? Interesting. So I just feel like it has to be accounted for. It has to be accounted for. It has to be redone. Nobody wants to do this, but they have to account for how many people were removed from the voter rolls and how many people. There is a connection here, guys. And they were watching and they were saying, "Oh wow, this is interesting." So I remember, guys, I said this before, that while the other elections went on, the FBI was inside the system. Okay, they were observing what was happening in this election. Oh, and this is why. Okay, they're saying this is why they went to him. They're like, "Bitch, maybe you'll lose something." Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the other thing, so then the other thing that it shows, I see Christopher Wray, and it's saying it's one of the counterintelligence investigations, one of the most serious ones, because it involves members of Congress and the governors, people exchanging, because I think they got some people, they kind of got them to flip, and they are under witness protection because of the Russian mob. Oh, very nice. So it's like very hardcore. They're going down. Oh my God, really? Because I see the image of Rick Scott, boom, falling on his face to the floor, like boom. I don't think he's gonna die, but if he's like boom, fell to the floor. And the whole thing, guys, it's like a rotten. You know what also he gave me now, guys, so creepy, it's kind of horrible. This image of leprosy, that disease that was almost, what is it called? Almost it doesn't exist anymore, I guess. Nobody has leprosy anymore, but it's this disease where people, the flesh becomes rotten and falls off of people. So so it shows me an image of Florida, and like half of, not almost half, like a lot of it got leprosy. Not like a literal, but it's showing that if you look at Florida as a piece of meat, or like a person or something, almost like 35% of it has leprosy. In other words, it's rotten. It's falling off the bone. So it's kind of like, in other words, the rotten, it affected a lot of places. 35%. Can you imagine? It seems like a lot to me. They're saying it's not just two, it's more. But this is what they're letting them know in public, okay? And they're putting this out there in public, but they know that there's more. And the governors know, they know it, guys. So they know it. Okay. And so, oh my God, they're saying, oh my God, guys, the GOP is at war with the FBI because the FBI has evidence of their crimes. That's it. That's it. They have the evidence of crimes. So guys, you know what? Oh my God, can you imagine? This is like, they're saying, no, it's a criminal organization. Yes, it's definitely a criminal organization. Okay. So it's like, yeah, they're saying, what is this guy? You know, I'm seeing this guy. What's his name? It's he was also a guy who one of the CIA people who was always on television recently, or a general. I don't remember. He's a guy who wears little glasses, very serious. Like, yeah, no, no, it's not the no, it's Michael Hayden. It's the other one. I forgot. I forgot. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. But it's like he knows this stuff. Some of the people already know this. Okay, and they've known. Okay, okay, so okay, this is a question. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question, guys. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. Tough question. Why is it that knowing all this voters, like, why was it never prosecuted before? Like, I'm sorry, I need to know. I know those officials told me that we don't want to go there. It's too dangerous. Nobody wants to even investigations to go on. Why? Okay, I like to know why. This is not new. The scale is much bigger, but this is not new. Why? Why is it that we let it? Okay, it would be cut off. The moment somebody would investigate something, it would be stopped. And it was like, really, the Bush, there's more, guys. There's all these, this is not new. It's saying the US, we don't know the extent of how voter suppression has always been around. And how they're saying, this is the thing about the Clintons, it's interesting. The Clintons, once they got into power, um, they wanted to change, they wanted to benefit, yeah, they wanted to change things in a way that would be uncomfortable for the Republicans. In other words, probably helping people more health insurance, stuff like that. Okay, those kinds of programs. They wanted programs, social programs. That's right. And so they were like, we have to stop these people. It's like, we think they're saying the thing with Trump doesn't like Obama, but the whole thing with the Clintons and why they want to kill the Clintons is because, with all their faults, the Clintons really did have the interests of the majority in mind, even if they were not perfect. Even if they were, it's kind of like the way that they see this whole thing is that they've always controlled the country, and if they let any of this, this is the guys, it's wow. And it's kind of like those visions I've had, even the last full newsletter thing, it was saying that this has happened before. Nobody really wanted to look at it because it's too dark. It's too shameful. So nobody does. And then what happens is it grows more. It's sort of like, for example, a person who have you heard these stories of like the celebrity employees or something? They slowly start stealing money. They steal a little bit more, then they steal a little more and more and more and more because they can get away with something. They can get away with 2,000. They can get away with 4,000. They can get away with 50. So they begin to steal more, but in this case, it's votes. So this is it. They felt emboldened. They're like, I can do it. Wait, nobody can't about it. So this is it, guys. Nobody thought that people were gonna go there because there were some taboos. For example, like it's coming back here. The same thing with people who lynching. Nobody went to jail for it. All this stuff, nobody goes. It's a taboo. It's an unspoken form of law. Some people don't go to jail for certain things, and now it's for the first time in U.S. history. This is for first time history. They have to look at this stuff because the country is falling apart. I'm sorry. Let's get real. The truth. The truth. Okay. So interesting. Okay. Now, sorry, am I going off too many directions? I'm just investigation. Let's put it together. So okay. So is this enough? Is this enough evidence to say that the Trump election was not valid? Exactly. Why is this coming out now? It's coming out now because it's the truth. We are telling when they realized that the thing with the Mueller, they were saying there had been an agreement with the Mueller people or some conversation about how this stuff was going to come out after the Mueller report was made public. There was this assumption that there would be more indictments. But since Mueller was sabotaged, which is how they feel, they have to make it public in case they want to erase the investigation. Wow, isn't that interesting? They're saying, yeah, they have to make it public because oh my God, there's pressure. And I see Barr's face calling over there, the FBI, to say to stop this investigation, stop the stuff of Florida. Because they're saying, him and Kavanaugh go way back to the whole Bush thing. Remember this whole thing? So it's like stop it, stop it, stop it. So they're because of the pressure of this stuff, they have to make it public. Otherwise, they're going to try to bury it. There's guys, they're trying to stop the investigation hardcore. They're trying to like erase it, stop it, put it away, do whatever. Don't go there. But there's guys too much pressure. There's too much pressure now, and it's the time when people in law enforcement are making decisions. You know, some people that even the people that were Republicans or whatever, they were still like, we have to make this public. We didn't. Maybe they didn't know how bad it was. Maybe they thought it was okay. Maybe whatever. Now they're gonna have to like come to terms with this stuff. Okay, so so and it's giving me a weird image, a weird comparison. It's like saying, for example, that there's it's like a porn search in someone's computer, which to me doesn't seem serious, but it's saying, for example, this stuff is like the way they oh, this is right. This is how Republicans used to think about it. It's the kind of thing that people did in the darks, the kind of thing that was done in the down low when nobody was looking. And now they're going to have to make it public. Nobody, because you're saying the Republicans never admitted that this was happening. A lot of them, or most of them, because only a minority of them knew or were involved in this actively. But they thought that whatever was happening couldn't be that bad. It wasn't that serious. They denied. So now everybody has to look. Okay, so even Barr is obstructing. Oh no, Barr is number one obstructor. You know what I mean? He is the most powerful person. So you know what I mean? That he's the most powerful person. So So, but it's not overt. Like, stop this investigation. It's like people are asking around. They're kind of telling. It's like that. So they decided to make it public. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So is that exciting for my friends? Huh? Very interesting. Interesting information. Interesting information. Okay. Okay, guys. I still don't have the answer. Okay. Is this enough to prove that the Trump election was nullified? Is that have to be nullified? Is this it? Yes, and there's more. There's Wisconsin. Is that right? Wisconsin. And that guy, whatever from Wisconsin, his name. I forgot his name. That ugly guy. Oh my God. There's so much more. But the main thing it's saying, it's not. You have to remember this is part of it. But the main thing is the proof that Trump took money from the Russians. Because even if you say that the Russians did or did not, that alone is bad. But the problem is that after he was elected, it looks like before and after he was elected, he was taking money from the Russians, or the Saudi Arabia, whatever. There's already evidence. So he was doing what the other countries wanted, and he was not acting in the best interests of the U.S. So this is the answer here, guys. I think I said it one other time, but that ultimately the reason why the Trump thing was nullified is because he not just this thing with the voting thing is complicated to prove. It is clear that they've done a lot of things, but this deal, the thing that seals the deal is Trump taking money, because he's saying, there's a quid pro quo. I've done things because people pay me. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. So they're saying, don't worry, but it's coming out, and it's going to be harder and harder for them to say everything, nothing happened with a straight face. And that's going to go all the way until Trump leaves. Okay. So this is it. Sorry guys. I'm sorry I went off so many different topics because I wanted to get to the bottom of the whole thing. Okay. So, okay, let me just go through here quickly the questions. Questions. So, so Barr. Okay, now quickly, guys. Barr and Mnuchin and Barr. Oh, oh. I'm gonna do anything else. You want documents? I'm not good documents. Oh, good problem. So, until when? Okay, this is how do they go down? I think I've said this, but it's a bit staggering to watch them commit crimes. Okay. So what about these two guys? They're part of a group that decided, no, we're not going to let this happen. We can't let it come out. They say they talk to each other. They're like, it can't come out. It can't come out. It can't come out. So they don't even care, guys. Whatever it is, it's so serious. It's so serious that they commit. Can you imagine? It's like they're committing crimes. They know they're doing something illegal, but in their minds, they're averting something so much worse. So what is this worse? What is worth hiding? That is, it's like they cleared. Okay, so the whole thing is a farce. The whole thing is a lie. Oh, and Mnuchin, he has taken money, some money. There's guys. The thing with the treasury, I was telling you, the thing about the Russians. First, he is helping the Russians with the treasury information, taking them out of things, letting them get away with some sort of like money laundering investigations. Okay, And then he's taken Russian money. The guy, I keep seeing his face whenever I see him. What's his name? It's not Lviv. It's the guy who was the Hollywood pin. Oh my god, I see his face. It's a Victor something. Hollywood producer. What's his name? Hollywood. Was it Hollywood? Russian. What's his name? Russian Mnuchin. I forgot the guy. Oh, here it is. Okay. Mnuchin's new Hollywood partner made billions in Russian oil. This is it. Oh, interesting. From Air France. Oh, it doesn't give away the name. Oh. Oh, that's it. Blavatnik. That's right. Blavatnik. So that's the name. Blavatnik. That's the name of the guy. Okay, that he's his business partner. So, but guys, I feel like he had. Why is he? What is this that he owes? He wants to hide. What is it? The Russian money that they poured money. What is it? Money laundering. This is why, guys. It's showing that it's not even the quantity of the money that he got. Is not even the fact that he's connected to these shady people. It's the money laundering scheme. That they have a scheme to put Russian money into the U.S. where he gets big cut out of it. So this is the scheme. It's not just the crime. It's not like, okay, let's say they were dealing with an oligarch. Fine. No, it's not that he got X amount of money. No, it's the whole. It's kind of the machine of money laundering. This is what he wants to hide. They want to hide. Okay, this is why, and they don't care. Okay, so why is he? Because he's already involved with so many crimes. He can't, guys. It's very interesting showing me how they think, because to them it's like, well, so what that I took 50 million, there was dirty, so what, it's still money, who cares, why are they picking on us? They don't understand why people have a problem with it, because they, in their minds, they know it's a crime, but they don't understand that they don't understand how that there's a problem with that. There should not be a problem with that. It's ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. And they're making excuses and everything. They don't. So it's greed. It's greed, and it's like they think it's so strange how they think. So they want to be making more money than others. We should all. So what? We make more money than other people. So what about Goldman Sachs? What about? They feel like it's this mindset of like, everybody steals, so I can steal too. And if anybody wants me not to steal, it's because they're jealous. They can't have money like I can. Okay. So this is, oh my God. Okay. So what about bar? Well, until when are they? Okay. Let's see. Until when? Until when are you gonna do it? Okay. Protecting this. I see them in front of Trump, like, oh, no, letting him get away with everything. But why? Until when? No. And I actually see him, Mnuchin, like this. And then somebody goes to arrest him, guys. Somebody goes to, he's like, no. He's like, the handcuffed. So when is he handcuffed? When is he handcuffed? When is he handcuffed? Contempt, yeah, held in contempt. He was held in contempt. Prison. I still, guys, I don't know what I think he's gonna be our I think he's gonna be going to prison. Like, he's gonna be or there's gonna be arrested. But like I said, I don't think that this stuff is gonna happen until Trump goes. Okay, for whatever I feel like, but I do think that the moment that Trump resigns is gonna be these arrest. People are gonna be arrested for stuff they should have been arrested for before. Okay, I don't understand why, but because I feel like he's going to be held in contempt like the other guy too, but it's because he refuses, because to them it's life and death. He refuses. Okay, and I think the Nancy does not want to put him in jail because they feel like these are propaganda situations, considering how Fox News and Trump have ownership of the media. And guys, did you see the New York Times even? They're like, did you see what they said? The New York Times. Why do they wait? Okay, why do they wait? Why do they wait? Yeah, I wrote that question. Oh, Cindy, why are they waiting? Why don't Nancy and Nadler arrest them right away? Because it would give them the opportunity to. Oh, this is it, guys. Okay, so this is kind of, it's very scary and very sad. They're saying that if we arrest them, they're gonna feel emboldened. They're gonna feel like, because they own the propaganda channels. And guys, even the New York Times, I'm telling you, did you see the news, the thing they had today? They said Republicans put Democrats in the defensive after the abortion thing. Like, what? Can you imagine? Like, this is how bad it is. It's just saying, guys, that if they arrest, they have images of other people being arrested. They could arrest Democrats. Okay, they feel like it will be the opportunity for Trump to do a real coup, and they already are moving to clean up the FBI. Did you see? Barr was already saying how he wants to change the FBI. Okay, so we are in a very, they're saying that we're in a very delicate position, very delicate, because they are the Senate is a Republican, and if they decide to do certain things, honestly, guys, they feel they don't have the power to do it. And if they put these people in jail, and there's all these news channels, they're very afraid of narrative, okay, of like them trying to grab the narrative and say that they're like, look, a victim. Okay, so they're like, we can only do these things by book, and really do not give them the opportunity to make themselves look like they were prosecuted, okay, persecuted. This is it. And I feel like, but can't they see, for example, that if they arrested these people, they would act? But it can't become the what they want. It's saying here they're just like the Nazis. They're waiting for the one thing that's going to happen, that's going to make them push away the rule of law. And this is the thing. This is very dangerous right now, because they're saying they could do this, if they could try to do this, and this is why they're okay. Why? Okay. So, okay. So what? Okay. So, but don't they know that? Okay. So we can't be. It could be bloody. Okay. If they do stuff like this, they could try to take over. They could try to do all these things. So this is, it's actually very sad, the situation here, guys. Okay, why don't intel agencies set up Trump? They can't do. They're not interested. I mean, it's not how it is, okay? Because guys, in the past, let's get real. In the past, because there's a lot of people, guys, saying, why don't the intelligence agencies set up Trump? Okay, there's a reason why they were attacking the deep state, because of course the deep state, quote unquote, are the people who have the allegiance to the country. And they can't necessarily set up Trump until, it's not how it is, okay? Guys, it's not so simple. It's saying, why can't they why can't they remove Trump? Why can't they remove Trump? Because they're saying back in the Watergate days, back in those days, there was, I don't know, guys, it's saying that it's not, Trump is not the minority. Unfortunately, this is the thing, as you have, it's giving me here again, the folks and the Republican donors. Think about it. Trump is not alone. If they would take down Trump, there's Pence. It's kind of the same. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole thing is not, before it was saying that it was one person, and now it's the whole thing. You can't, it's very complicated here, okay? Oh my God, guys. Okay. Yeah, like a real, yeah, okay. Now, okay, so, but why? Okay, so let me just, since we're out of this subject, I want to know what's going on with Nancy Pelosi. There's a lot of pressure on Nancy Pelosi to formally declare impeachment. Why doesn't she declare impeachment? Well, they're moving the investigations in a direction that looks like impeachment. But why not declare it an impeachment? Why not? Okay, why not declare it an impeachment? I don't want to declare it impeachment, because what they want is they're 1 inch from creating a real war. They want to create a civil war like situation to prove that, quote unquote, the Democrats they're not doing the right thing. They're after us. Yeah, they don't have, no, but guys, it's showing, this is the thing, it's showing that the Democrats are trying to do I know it sounds like a weird thing to say because that's not what I want to hear. That's not what I want to see. But it's saying they're trying to be peaceful. Like my mom used to. I've read this book called The Tao of something. I'm sorry, I forgot the Tao of something. I forgot what it was. It's like this spiritual Chinese book, ancient book, and it talks a lot about these things, about this idea of like to use the enemy's force to make him fall. To not use force, to not use anything where if you're in a weak position. It's kind of like I've read there was a time when I read a lot of books about stoicism, and one of my favorite books is about this guy who's actually I think a right wing person. I think his name was Jim. I forgot. But anyway, he was in Vietnam. He was tortured for 10 years. So he wrote this book about stoicism and how he survived prison for 10 years and torture for every day, pretty much. And he was saying that, we have to understand that you are in a weak position and you can never assume that if you do something, you're going to win. You always have to be highly aware of your weak position. Because the moment that you think that you're going to win, you're going to lose. Okay, it's not passive resistance. It's like life and death. Okay, it's like life and death. It's like kind of like that. Like I'm sorry to say, that's what it looks like to me. It's life and death situation, like having a rope on your neck kind of feeling, knowing because the reality, guys, is the Democrats are in a weak position. Okay, it's the truth. Even though we have the House, we don't have the Senate. Survival. That's right. It's like people's survival is that. It's like you cannot. If it's kind of because if you've read some of these books about stoicism, okay, it's all about the guy who wrote Epictetus, who wrote this book, this tiny little tome about stoicism. I forgot the title, but I've read it, and it's kind of like it's all about that. It's like he wrote this book as a slave, okay, and it's all about how he understood how he could quote unquote be happy, which is impossible to be happy, right? But it seems very severe, but it's true. It's saying that you have to be aware of the things you can control, the things you cannot control, and the most important thing for them with with the ideology is that you should never become illusioned, because the moment you think that you can control things that you cannot control, you'll lose it. And that's kind of how I think Nancy Pelosi is thinking. She's a stoic, like right now, okay? She's very extremely highly hyper aware of the limitations of the situation. So from her perspective, we cannot win. Okay, so this is it. So guys, but if you think about it, honestly, because if it was me, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Doing like and then it's like over because then another one bites the dust. Because oh look at that crazy woman. What is she doing? So it's kind of like you have to really be a stoic soldier. That's what it looks like, almost like a military. It's so interesting that it shows that Nancy is like the military. Okay, it's like you have to be very cold-minded and never emotional, because if you are emotional, you die. I'm sorry, that's it. Okay, that doesn't. The gravity of the situation, guys, is very serious. Okay, I don't want to. I don't. As you guys know, I'm not into fear mongering, and I see things being resolved. But look at how I've been seeing things being resolved. Only because the military, somebody's going to step in. It's not going to be because they really have hijacked the system. It's a fact. It's a fact. Okay. So this is it. This is why she's not moving, because she knows, because the way we think is like this. We see a person jumping from a rock. Like I say, you're gonna jump from one precipice, okay? The precipice. One jump. If we think, oh, we can go through the precipice. But Nancy Pelosi is thinking, if I don't reach the other side of the rock, we're dead. This country is over. Like, think about it. This is kind of like the weight on her shoulder here, okay? So this is it, in the end. And guys, I got into discussions with people on Twitter, because I say I don't agree with Nancy Pelosi, but I support her, because you know what? At the end of the day, we want to have unity. That's what I'm saying. The way that how can I tell if someone is a troll at this stage, even if they're not intending to be a troll? Is division. You cannot have division, because that's what they want. Okay. And so I thought, well, you Russian troll. Go eat your borscht soup. Go get some borscht soup. Huh. Because there's people who supposedly are like resistance or whatever, but it's like we don't. It's so easy to say, "Oh, Nancy, go do something." That's how I feel. I want to say it, but the reality is much harder. Okay, it's not so simple. So it's very easy. Oh, Nancy, get your hands out there and go. but it's not. Guys, think about it. We have the guy who is the head of the judicial. He is lying. He's overtly committing crimes. Think about how serious the situation is. So it is what it is. So Nancy prefers to not have a dramatic thing happen as opposed to risking. It's like guys. Have you seen this movie, The Deer Hunter? Do you remember this very harsh movie of the guy? The Russian roulette. Oh my God, the Russian roulette. It's kind of sad. You have those bullets, and if you the right bullet, boom. Seriously, it's like it's like literally playing the Russian roulette. Oh, unfortunately, it's true. It was truly Russian roulette. Like, think about it. It's very bad. If something bad happens, it could blow up. It's over. We have one chance. This is it, right? So, yeah, exactly, Cindy. Chris, okay. So, okay, I went off so many topics, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I changed topics. Because I really wanted to get to the bottom, getting to the bottom of the situations. Because it's very complicated here. Very complicated. So, okay, let me see if I answer more questions. I have 10 minutes. I have 10 minutes. Okay. So, all right, now. Okay, so that's it. I answered the bars, acting, Mnuchin going down. Okay, when do they go down? They go down when Trump goes down right away. They can't. They're gonna be with him all the way until the end because they've committed a crime. They want to protect you. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now GOP's abortion push. Are they feeling the heat? Okay, are they feeling the heat? Are they feeling the heat? Okay, the GOP. Look, I'm here. I don't know, abortion. Yeah, like those people. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I'm here, helping them, President Trump will change the country, whatever. So okay, so all right, and these guys, did you see some of them had already asked, their own mistresses to get abortions in the past? No, that's not. I did not. No, 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 no. So okay, so okay, so tell me about the abortion people. What are they thinking? They're like, no, we're gonna do it. What about it? Guys, you know what? So it's saying they see themselves as soldiers. I see all these bricks, okay? So they see themselves as like they're soldiers in front of the White House with bricks. In other words, they're building little walls to protect Trump. This is it. This is it, okay? They're doing this to protect Trump because they feel like there's a risk that Trump will have to leave. So they need to create these controversies to because they're saying, guys, yes, it's about Roe versus Wade, but it's not really about Roe versus Wade. It's about leveling these controversies, okay, pushing all the way hard. Oh, what's saying, guys? I said this before in the other meeting. So interesting. Saying that they're pushing the women because they want the women to forget about Trump. They know that the resistance is made up of women, but they want them to. It's, guys, can I tell you, the image I have is the image of torture. They're torturing us. They're torturing. They're like tasing us or whatever, electric shocks, because those things are very deep for us, right? So they're attacking women so that we can try to forget about Trump and go to the other side because they feel like this is something that goes to their sense of survival. So if we attack that so deep that they are going to try to forget about Trump, this is it. Okay. So it's kind of like this is the guys. It's kind of saying, like go that way, forget about it, forget about it. It's like it's the sense, and I was telling you guys, this is why the image of the fire. What is it? The match. They're so scared. Okay, they're so scared. They're gonna try to they're trying to appeal to emotions to everyone, including us. So because they feel they know. Okay, they know. That's why they're appealing to emotions so that Trump is going to be protected because they want to take him out. People want to take him out. So we're going to go all the way. Let's show our faces. Who cares? So that's it, guys. Those criminals that don't even wear the masks because they feel like, I'm sorry to say this, God, sorry to say this, but I watch crime shows, and the crime shows is always like the person who raped and then had to murder the woman because no one saw their face, right? Don't, but now they're so bold. They want to show they don't care. They're showing their face. The stuff is to be hidden, right? So this is it. Okay, so this is it. It's just all about inflaming the country with division. This is why inflaming the country with division. This is it. Interesting. Inflammations. Interesting. But it's not gonna work, guys. Like I said before, Okay, can I tell you, see this image also? I think it's not gonna go to Supreme Court, no, because they're all this doesn't go. But can I tell you, I'm not defending Kavanaugh. I do not like him, but I feel like even Kavanaugh's like, bitch, I can't do it this way. No, no, I'm not gonna do it. No. Uh, I wanna stay at the Supreme Court. Yeah. Uh, uh, Squee? Squee? He's my friend. I feel like they're scared, okay? And I said even the conservatives are like, it's too much. Guys, did you see? I'm not no, don't like them, but the woman Tommy Lauren, whatever her name is, even her, she was like, it's too extreme. I'm sorry, no, Tommy Lauren, she's on my, she was with me. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, yeah. So, so this is it, okay? Now, okay, now, guys, let me go here. What is it? Well, oh, here's a list of our phones. Okay, so let's see here, guys. Okay, so okay, now Boris Johnson, Pelosi. That's right. I already talked about it. Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan. I would say here, guys. Deanna asked about the gate. Honestly, I've already talked about the war stuff. Iran is too complicated. I talked about it. Okay, but so for another time. So, all right. So, okay. Jim Jordan. Okay, so what's up with Jim Jordan? Guys, my sense was that he is involved, but they're not talking about it. So what's up with Jim Jordan? As can I tell? Okay, can I tell you? It's so strange. It's like, oh my God, I want to unsee these things, okay, but thought about it. So, okay, so here's the thing. I think he's gay, okay? Like he's aroused, he's aroused. The pants, there's some volume in the pants for Jim Jordan when he's out there with the kid. Okay, I'm sorry, the boys like wrestling or whatever, changing the outfits. Not outfit, the clothes, the wrestling, you have the outfit. Oh, because it's showing, don't they have jock strap? That's right, they're wearing. I was like, why are they buttocks showing? I see the buttocks showing. Pull down. Huh? Huh? Uh-huh. So they have the buttocks. And he's like, kind of, okay, can I tell? Kind of creepy. He walks by and there's volume on his pants. So then he kind of touches them, okay? Touches the butt. Well done. Woo! Huh? Huh? So, okay. TMI. TMI. So okay, I'll tell you, not that I'm defending him, okay, but I don't think he has actually abused them in the sense of like raping or whatever. He's like, well done. Don't look at pants. so but the other thing is show this is so strange to me. I don't get it. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, so of course I did. Okay. So anyway, yeah, okay, so let me just finish okay what I want to say here because I have to go, but it's like he's observing, he kind of touches them, but I don't think that he's an abuser. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe you could that's just he's a creep. But I don't think he has like that's I'm not defending him. I don't love him or anything. I think he knew, but you know what? I think two things. That this is a group of people that are kind of like not pedophiles, but those men, basically men who are like gay. They're gay. Okay, he's gay. That's a fine being gay, but like admit it or go for it. No, instead he goes to like be around. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. So the other thing I think is also there's a reason why they become Republicans because they are like self-flagellating, like they wanna what's the word? It's kind of like they want to hide themselves. They want a word. It freaks them out. Their desires. Okay, it freaks them out, so they want to hide it. Okay, so then they become. You know what I mean? It's like they want. It's it's very foreign to me. I guess this this way of looking at the world or being whatever you call it. But that's how they are. Okay, so then they become these politicians that are hypocritical because it's gonna sound weird what I'm gonna say because I don't have these things, but like kind of like imagine if you love chocolate or something and then you're like a model or something like that. You can't eat the chocolate, but you're gonna work in chocolate. It's complicated, something like that. Like he desires the thing, but instead of going for it, if he can't for whatever, I don't know. It's a weird mind thing that I don't understand. But I guess, but you know what, guys? The reality is, if you come out as a gay man, it's very tough because there's parts of the world, you lose access to many things. People are going to look down on you if you know what I mean. And it's not, well, even though we are in a place where the world is advanced in many ways, they're going to look down on you. If you like certain things, if you like sports, or okay, or whatever. It's not, so it's part of it. But I don't think, here I am, this big thing. I think he knew. I think he's seen the other guy do things, but I don't think he himself was involved necessarily. Okay. Now with these kids, that's my sense. I do not think, this is the thing. Do I think that he abused the kids? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I think he's guilty of all kinds of other things. That are from things, but I don't. And I think he may have had relationships with gay. He's a gay person on the side. You know what I mean? Like he has hidden things, but not like this. I don't think. Okay, I think it's just that he has like a, and it's kind of, no, he's not. No, Dion, he's not accept. I don't know what you can call it, whatever that is. He may have known about it. Maybe he should, but I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like I'm not. I just think he saw he was, no, don't, I'm not here. I'm should like no, it's not that. It's like I don't think he's done something to the kids. That's my sense. Okay, that's the bottom line here. I think he maybe, yeah, he should have reported. He was part of maybe the group of people who didn't go let the guy be prosecuted because this was something that he himself felt or something like that. But if you ask me, did he rape the kids? Well, he didn't watch. It's sort of like, okay, let me give you an example of contemporary example. It's sort of like if you know that there's a boss that kind of sexually harasses the women in the office, like, oh, nice top, huh? Ooh, that's similar, kind of similar. He didn't watch. He was not watching the guy do the thing to the other kids. No, no. But it's sort of like he may have known about it, but he himself wanted to do that. Okay, so this is it. All right, that's my sense. So all right, so we got to go, guys, now because they're closing. So I'm not okay. I'm not gonna repeat myself, Diana. You're not an idiot. You can understand what I said, okay? So this is it, all right? So I don't know whatever language you want to use it. I said I was clear. So okay, all right. So this is it, all right? So have a good night, guys. Okay. Okay. Bye.